What's the point? There it is. That is the big question, isn't it? Let's be honest. How many of you have asked yourself this question on your grief journey? What's the point? Why am I even bothering going on? How do I get out of bed every day? What's the point of being on this earth after my loved one has died? It is an insanely difficult question, but the first thing that I want you to know is that it's a completely normal question. So that is what we are going to talk about today. Stay tuned. There is a huge thunderstorm happening right now, so if you can hear the rain in the background, I'm sorry. We're just going to have to power through it. So what's the point? That question played on repeat in my head constantly after my 10-year-old daughter Libby died, and I'm sure a lot of you probably felt the same. Sometimes I ask myself, what's the point still today? The first thing I need you to know is that it is a completely normal question to ask yourself. It does not mean that you are suicidal. It does not mean there's anything wrong with you. You are not a pessimist. You are not a downer. It means that you are human. You are freaking human and you have feelings. When we're grieving, our entire world flips upside down. When my daughter died, it was like someone ripped my heart out through my effing kneecaps. And it still feels like that a lot of the time. I completely lost my identity, who I was as a person, and I'm still dealing with that today, living by myself in my tiny house. It's the life that I thought that I was going to have no longer exists. And I'm sure a lot of you are feeling that same way, where the future that you thought you had is now gone, and you're left trying to pick up the pieces of what that future is now going to look like. It is a big thing. It's a heavy thing. So asking those deep questions, again, completely normal and actually super healthy on your grief journey. Asking what's the point is a coping mechanism for your mind and your heart to make sense of this new reality that you're about to face.
My reality is different than your reality.
You might feel guilty for thinking these things, but please, please don't. I am begging you. Not only is it a normal part of the process, but questioning these big things actually means that you are taking steps to think about what your future is going to be like. You might not like what it is right now, but trust me, it is just part of the process. You have been given a front row seat to the freaking reality of the impermanence of life. So give yourself a little grace. Take it easy on yourself. Don't be too hard on yourself for having some negative thoughts along the way. With that said, if you are having any thoughts of actually harming yourself, if you are making plans, if you are thinking about ways to end your life, please, please, please immediately seek help. Call 988, which is the suicide hotline, because those kind of thoughts where you actually are making plans and taking steps are not healthy and need to be dealt with immediately. But if you catch yourself in the space of just questioning things and feeling like, I don't want to live in this world without my person, what's the point of living if I can't have them, if they're not here? Feeling like the rest of your life is ruined, like there is no point in going on. Again, those kind of thoughts are completely normal. So if you find yourself in that space, no guilt, no shame, it is okay. Some things that you can do to kind of help you with these feelings, again, nothing is going to take them away. I mean, someone that you love that was super close to you has died. You are going to love them forever. The grief is going to be there forever. So nothing is going to take away those thoughts completely. But if you are having particular days where you are feeling like it's really hard to go on and you don't understand what point there is, you could talk to someone first and foremost. Sometimes it helps so much just to get those thoughts off of our chest and out into the universe. So find a friend, a family member, a counselor, someone that you feel safe with, that you can express that you are having those feelings, and just get them out of your mouth and into someone else's ear. If you don't want to talk to someone in person or online, journaling is a great way to do this. I journaled often after Libby died. I wrote her letters. I wrote down how I was feeling, and a lot of those journal entries are very, very dark and deep.
Very dark thoughts.
So again, normal, but if you don't feel like talking, writing everything down does the same thing, where it kind of gets it out of your head, off your chest, onto the page, and lets you breathe a little bit. Again, seek professional help if you feel like you need it. There is no shame in that. I did the same thing myself, so I completely support you in seeking additional help. And I'm going to come closer, because the last thing I want to assure you is that even though it doesn't feel like it, there is an effing point. There truly is. It probably doesn't seem like it now. It might not seem like it for years. But eventually, with the grief work that you do, if you put in the hard work, you will come to a place where you can start to find meaning in the rest of your life. So we needed to clear that up, because let's be honest, it's difficult to find meaning in anything if you're feeling like you shouldn't be here. Silver linings can be found if you need some inspiration and some hope about silver linings that could come from your grief journey. I'm going to leave a video for you to watch after this one, and I will see you there. As always, sending love and hugs and all my support. You can do this. There is a point. I promise we will get through it together. I'll see you guys next week.